Imagine being forced to marry and sleep with your own brother, uncle, or cousin, all to keep your family's bloodline pure. For centuries, royal families gambled with genetics, risking horrifying consequences to preserve their power. Twisted family trees, tragic children, mental collapse, and shocking secrets they never wanted the world to know. Today, we're diving into the shocking, tragic, and sometimes downright disturbing stories of history's most inbred women. And trust me, the woman at number 1 will leave you speechless. Kicking off our list at number 10, Isabella II of Spain. Reigning from 1833 to 1868, her name is practically synonymous with the devastating consequences of royal inbreeding. Born in 1830, even her birth as a girl was seen as a relief after her father's desperate quest for a male heir. But whispers about her delicate health and that of her sister began early. Why? Her very origin was tangled. She was born of a union between uncle and niece. To make the family tree even knottier, her grandparents also doubled as her great-grandparents on the other side. Thrust into marriage at just 16 to her double second cousin, Isabella endured 11 pregnancies, with only 5 children surviving infancy. And here's the scandalous twist. Historians widely believe none of those children were actually fathered by her husband, hinting at a deeply complex, likely unhappy marriage, possibly influenced by his suspected homosexuality. Her reign ultimately ended in failure, with her loss of the throne, a tragic legacy deeply intertwined with her genetic inheritance. Coming in at number 9, Marie-Louise of Austria. Sharing a similar burden of intense inbreeding, Marie-Louise was the offspring of double first cousins. Yes, her parents were indeed married. As the eldest of 12 children in a family defined by cousin marriages, tragedy was commonplace. Only 7 survived to adulthood. The sheer extent of their inbreeding is staggering. Marie-Louise, as the daughter of double second cousins, had only 4 unique great-grandparents. Compare that to the 8 most of us have. At 18, she was thrust into a political marriage with her father's sworn enemy, Napoleon Bonaparte, a desperate bid for peace and the hope of a male heir. Imagine the weight on those young shoulders. At number 8, we step into modern times. Lorraine Whittaker, proof that the shadow of extreme inbreeding stretches far beyond ancient thrones. The Whittaker family, explored in a famous and unsettling video documentary, became infamous for generations of isolation and intermarriage. Lorraine stands as a stark product of this, widely recognized as one of the most inbred individuals documented in recent decades. She's also the mother of Tiny Whittaker, himself often cited as potentially the most inbred person alive today, a chilling illustration of how these cycles persist. Number 7, Maria I of Portugal, the pious, or perhaps more aptly, the troubled. Born in 1734, she was infamous for 2 things: profound mental instability and her incredibly inbred lineage. Her parents, King Joseph I of Portugal and Maria Anna Victoria of Spain, continued a centuries-old tradition of intermarriage between the Iberian royal houses. They were the 16th such couple. But Maria sealed her own genetic fate. Facing pressure as the heir and desperate to preserve the Braganza name, she made a staggering decision at 25. She married her own uncle. The consequences were brutal. Half of her children tragically succumbed to complications directly linked to their intense inbreeding. Number 6, Marie-Louise Elizabeth d'Orléans. Her life reads like a Gothic tragedy, fueled by dynastic pressure. Her very birth was controversial, born from the deeply unhappy marriage of Philip II, Duke of Orléans, who was forced to wed his illegitimate cousin, daughter of Louis XIV. Marie-Louise, the eldest surviving child from this cousin union, had no escape. She was again forced into marriage, this time with her cousin, Prince Charles of Berry. Their union produced 3 infants, all dying tragically young. Was it the crushing weight of their shared bloodline, or Marie-Louise's documented severe alcoholism, a coping mechanism reportedly begun at the shockingly young age of 14? Historians still debate the exact cause, but the outcome remains heartbreaking. At number 5, a less-known but fascinating figure, Princess Alexia of Greece. Born in 1964, she and her 4 siblings represent one of the last royal marriages between a reigning king and a royal princess. But look closer at her parents, Queen Anne-Marie of Denmark and King Constantine II of Greece. They weren't just spouses, they were second cousins and third cousins, twice over. Digging deeper, both carried their own heavy burdens of inbreeding. Constantine had great-grandparents who were siblings and a grandmother who was the sister of his great-grandfather. Anne-Marie's lineage was similarly knotted. While their love seemed genuine, their union as such close cousins inevitably resulted in partially inbred children, echoing the situation seen with Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. Prepare for number 4, Maria Antonia of Austria, the Habsburg no one talks about. While her uncle, Charles II of Spain, gets infamous fame as the most inbred Habsburg, Maria Antonia actually surpassed him. Her family tree isn't a tree, it's more like a dense, tangled bush. Some might even say a circle. The sheer density of intermarriage meant her coefficient of inbreeding, a genetic measure, was higher than even that of a child born to 2 full siblings. Her story is often overshadowed, but genetically she stands alone at the pinnacle of Habsburg inbreeding.